Plus this.
Hello.
Hey Dana, just getting everything set up, but just so you know, you are live. If you say something, it's going out. It's just we're a little early setting this stream up since I've never twitched a live stream like this. I am making sure everything's running right first.
Excellent. Good.
So just so if you say anything off color, it's I love your cat. I've never seen the cat before. That's awesome.
This is Peaches.
Hi Peaches.
Oh, she just said hello.
Oh, what a cute kitty. I love her.
Are you a sweet girl?
What a cute cat. All right.
She was a stray. I lived with a girlfriend of mine for a little while, and every morning I couldn't smoke in her house, so I would have to go outside, and every morning there was 5 little kittens that were sitting there, and this one would stare at me constantly. So, aw, Peaches.
What a cute cat. Oh, now she's gone. She made her appearance. That's it. That's what you guys get for coming early.
She's gone. Yeah, absolutely.
That's your bonus for coming early.
I laughed one day, and she's been here ever since. So she's probably about 6 years old now. So yeah.
Very, very cute. All right. Let me get everything started here, and we will be jamming away here in a minute.
Great.
So for you guys just showing up a little early, we were here a little early setting up the stream, so welcome to Twitch. Actually, now that I've had a chance to kind of figure this place out, it's pretty cool. I like it. So thank you guys. I know some of you guys had to make accounts just to come over here for this after YouTube was a bad boy, and we will talk about all that, but let me just get everything up and running before we jump in. So, and then Dana, how are you doing today? Are you okay? You want to say hi?
I'm doing good. Yes, I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
Oh man, this has been a heck of a few days for me. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But for you guys that didn't know, obviously you're here, so you know that YouTube took away my ability to live stream over a fake complaint, and I'm not sure if they're done fixing. I'm still waiting to hear from them. I have not seen one email yet from them saying, yeah, we fixed it. So, but even if they do fix it, you know, I've been talking about this for a long time. I was like, the last 2 or 3 months I end every show saying, I'm on all these other platforms, you know, I don't trust YouTube. And maybe I brought that energy to myself, I don't know, but I was at least prepared so it wasn't like too big of a shock. And a lot of you guys were cool enough to come with me, so I really appreciate you coming over here and checking it out. Some things about Twitch is you can do a lot of neat things in Twitch. You can actually change the color of your own name if you want. You can use a lot of different emojis. It's like it's a much more fun experience for the people chatting. And we'll talk about Twitch in a little while. So Dana, before we dive in here, why don't we catch up with what have you been doing the last few weeks? Are you doing reads full time now, or how's your new life going there?
Oh, I've been doing reading full time for years now. So, but I'm settling in. I'm getting comfortable here. I have people that come to my home for readings, but most of my readings are done over Skype or the phone.
Yeah,
just because I have international clients, so they're everywhere, and that's just the easiest way to do it. And I like Skype, so it's pretty good that you went to Skype.
Yeah, I'm currently testing Skype too, guys, right now, just to see if the picture's clear. I think it looks better. So I was getting pretty mad at Google Hangouts, and right now I'm kind of boycotting Google because I'm throwing a temper tantrum. Like, no more. Google did me wrong with YouTube, so we're gonna try some other products.
Well, I'm glad that there is other products out there, because really they shouldn't have a monopoly on it either way you look at it. So I'm glad there's other ones and other options too.
Yeah, I'm happy about it as well, because really, I mean, man, I have at least been preparing for this and starting to stream over at DLive and Periscope and Twitch. Oh, and I even got a DLive person watching now. Hi, Siprang. Thanks for joining me.
And do you have like the clientele basis over there, or the subscriber list over
not
there?
Really. Okay, so there's these different places to that you can live stream besides YouTube. Actually, Twitch was the first big place. If you guys don't know this and you're just coming to Twitch for the first time, Twitch is mainly made for people that want to game and show themselves playing games and talk. And there was this giant gaming community that erupted here. Then about a year and a half ago or 2 years, YouTube wanted to get into that space and was like, we're going to make YouTube live streaming. And so although YouTube has YouTube gaming, it's not nearly as strong and big as Twitch. But YouTube picked up a lot more like the talk shows and that kind of variety. Well, Twitch wanted to answer back and say, Twitch was like, hey, we would like to have people come over and do real life shows here too, because all they had was gaming shows. So they have a new section called In Real Life that's starting to take off, and I thought, okay, maybe I should come over here and try it. So this is my first real time where this is kind of exclusive to Twitch and DLive. DLive is a completely decentralized. It is tied to Steemit. If you have a Steemit account, you can use DLive. It's still very new. It's only like a month old, and it is a little glitchy. But I do want to support it because it is decentralized. Twitch is still owned by Amazon, which is another big company. So far, I haven't had too many problems with Amazon at all. They pretty much don't hassle me too much about anything. So I will stay with Twitch until they become too oppressive and move somewhere else. But this will probably be home for a little bit for the live streams. So
Taryn, I still need you to walk me through and coach me through live streaming and stuff.
I keep telling you, idea. I owe you, and you never take me up on it. So I need to give you a class in it.
It's because I have to be in the space of learning. If I'm not in the space of learning, everything that you're going to give me is just going to go in one ear and out the other. So that's probably, it's not that I'm refusing you. I just need to be in the space of retention.
I get it. Well, I'm here when you're ready. It's on your terms.
Cool.
So, and also
Great.
the other thing is you really kind of need a computer. It is really hard to live stream off a phone or a tablet. So, like, you can be a guest and come in like you're doing. Yeah, laptop's fine. As long as it has enough. I mean, as long as it has enough speed, it is fine for like talking head shows where you're not doing heavy graphic things. You're not playing a game or something. It should be fine. So
no, I don't have time to play games like that.
No, I know. I'm just saying it should work okay on an older computer as long as you're not stressing out the computer doing something.
Okay, awesome. I will take you up on that.
Thanks. So I see some people in here, and I really want to appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. And I'm not going to ignore you guys. I'm just trying to talk with Dana here before we really dive in and jump in here. Heptronic, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate that. And Black Rose has been helping me out. A special thank you to Black Rose she's been watching my Twitch and being like, hey, there's some problems here and that. So I really appreciate you looking out for me. Very nice of you. And that guy, I don't know who that guy is, but thank you. And Pilgrim comes with me everywhere. I appreciate that. And Max Healing new. And Vicky, I can't get rid of Vicky no matter what I do. She's always here. And Miss Waffles is moderating. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, before we really dive in, if you want to say hi to anyone, Dana, feel free. Here's the way this is set up, guys. Dana is actually coming in through her phone, so she cannot see this chat. I have to relay to her everything that's going on in chat. So I will be talking to her and telling her your name, and I might kill your name if it's really weird, and I'll feed in questions. Now, what'll happen is you guys will start asking more questions than we can keep up with. When that happens, there's a good chance I'm not going to see your question. So you'll have to wait for her answer to be done and ask it again. So you might have to ask your question 3 or 4 times until I see it. Not trying to ignore people. And if you've ever watched the show, I really try to make sure everybody gets a chance to get a question in. But Dana does only have so much energy and it wears her out. So Dana, for people joining for the first time, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and what Dana's been on a few times now, and she keeps being one of the most requested guests. So I keep bringing her back probably once a month. Dana, go ahead and tell people for the first time.
Sure. Hi, I'm Dana, and I get to do the most wonderful job in the world, and I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing it for well over a decade now. So I get to do this every day. It's like the best job in the world. I'm able to tap into your energy wherever you are in the world. And basically I can just answer your questions, whatever it is that you're hoping to find out. Try and keep the questions very brief and to the point, so I'm not scattered and all over the place, because when I do connect to your energy, I kind of connect to all of the energies. So if we're trying to get specific, just make the questions very specific and brief if you can as well. So I'm here to help. We're here for about an hour. So I do have clients this afternoon that I do have to tend to. So that's what we're doing today. I love doing the show. And I do have February 6th open as well, Doctor. Doctor.
Yeah, nobody calls me that anymore. But
call you Dr. Karen.
I'm pretty much, I'm trying to stick to a schedule of Tuesdays and Saturdays at noon. And then any sort of bonus things, like once in a while I'll stream Kate doing, wood burning or something like that. And those will be just an extra stream. But I'm always doing something Tuesdays and Saturdays at noon. And I guess that'll be here on Twitch for a while. So.
Well, February 6th is a Tuesday as well.
Perfect. Let's set you up next time, and we'll see how this...
Just in case anybody misses it this time, they can tap in next time.
Yep.
And I'm so sorry I missed the show on Saturday. I got to see a little bit of it at the beginning, but boy, that looked really interesting. How did that go?
The Dark Matter show was fun. I had an interesting guest. He was very smart, like one of these guys that is too smart that it's hard to understand what he's saying. He's so damn smart. So I kind of translated it. I was like, because he's talking to high level stuff, and so I'd have to translate it down. But as far as the topic, a lot of people really liked that show. It was an interesting show. I'm going to work on other kind of styles. The last few shows people have really liked, like we did one on the Third Eye and Dark Matter and stuff like that. If you have ideas for a show, please let me know. If you have an idea, Dana, you want me to discuss, I'll try to tackle it.
Oh, I love anything energy. It doesn't really matter what it is. I kind of tap into all of it in a sense, and try and get as much information as I can get. So I'm usually pretty open to anything metaphysical.
Got it. All right. Some of you guys are talking about some Twitch stuff here. Dana, I've got a little housekeeping to do first. So
go ahead.
Let me do this. Okay, some of you guys say that Unirock just sent a notification. He is probably restreaming me. I have to go over to look at his page. What happens on Twitch is if I'm not doing a live show, I can add other people who do streaming that I like that'll play on my channel. So if you came in here early, you probably saw some girl sitting around playing retro games. Well, I actually like retro gaming, so I host her channel. If I'm not live, you will see someone else's channel here, and you'll be like, wait, I thought I was going to Taryn's channel. So that's what's going on with that. Also, if you... The other thing is, if you want, like, say Unirock, sometimes you'll go over there and you'll see, like, Bob Ross painting when he's not live. That is what he's doing. He's hosting old Bob Ross reruns. So someone was like, oh, I went to Unirock and saw Bob Ross. So as far as people are saying they're not getting a notification, Twitch is really good about notifications. Maybe it's in your junk mail since it's the first time. But make sure you're hitting the follow here. Some of you guys friended me and didn't follow me. So you need to hit the heart here. There's a little heart right here that says follow. Hit that and it will remind you every time we go live. Okay, so we're going to start up soon. Go ahead and start feeding your questions in for Dana. And I really will see where this goes. in the meantime, Dana, um, we'll have to talk because I've got some ideas and stuff. And last time we talked, you were trying to point me at. I was like, which platform should I use? And you were trying to tell me which one to use.
Okay.
And they keep changing colors and stuff because you're like,
Oh.
use the blue one, and I'm like, well, it was green last month, but now it's blue. So I'm assuming that's it. So I know that one of these platforms is going to go, but I don't know which one. And right now, it's important to me because I am struggling with finding a new home and dealing with, I knew this change was going to come eventually. I've been getting ready for it. And hopefully this is the universe's way of pushing me out the door to other things. I mean, I have 60,000 subscribers at YouTube, and, I don't really, I hate losing that momentum. I still have a channel that I will put stuff up on, but as far as the live show goes, I think I'm going to take it somewhere else. What do you think about all that?
Well, I kind of get the feeling you're going to be trying a few, but I like Twitch. That seems to be the one that is jumping out the most, obviously, since we're on it. But I kind of get the feeling you're going to be struggling with a few of them, because what I think's going to happen is you're going to start noticing the benefits of each one, and if we can't combine it all into one, but you're noticing like, oh, this one works better for this, and this one works better for this, and this is easier to deal with. So I kind of get the feeling you're still going to juggle around a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if you are not using multiple. So either doing more shows a week, or using, like, you're going to attract a different demographic for each sort of live stream. So I think you're probably just going to start building a list in a new way, and I think it's going to be on multiple things. So I would just stay open. I would keep learning about all of them, and you'll be the expert in all live streaming by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I stream everywhere, but I'm just hoping that one takes off more than the others, so I can start focusing attention on it. But maybe you're right that it'll just be a piece here and a piece there, and together it'll equal a lot.
Exactly, and then you'll have enough subscribers through every venue. No matter where you're going, you're gonna have that many on every. So maybe interchanging as well. So I think you're on the right path. You will be doing a lot of Twitch stuff though. So
how do you feel about as far as going to? I want to start. I'm using platforms that have their own cryptocurrency, and I'm also curious about. Do you see any of those kind of platforms, those alternative platforms, ever taking shape, or are they too small to ever get going? Things like Library or Flixo or Steemit.
What? Is there a V or something? I see a V or a W.
The Library logo is a V, kind of. It's like a check mark thing.
Yeah.
Let me show you what that looks like. Oh, you can't see it. Darn it. But for you guys watching, up to the top left, that is the Library logo. It looks like a book with a big check mark. There's like a V.
That's kind of what I'm looking at there. That's what I would think it would be.
Yeah, and that one's where I'm kind of getting more ground. As far as I also am interested in. Oh, I didn't even show that. In retro gaming, like sorry, no, what am I saying? Cryptocurrency. I'm interested in cryptocurrency. What is your vibe on investing in cryptocurrency these days? Has it been played out, or do you think it's just getting started?
Is that like Bitcoin?
Like Bitcoin, but there's a bunch of them. There's like 200 or 300, well, way more than that now. But I'm thinking about actually investing, a little bit of this money that I made into some cryptos that I use myself and find interesting. But I wasn't sure if it's pretty much like gambling, really. You're throwing money. It's like stock markets, But I'm trying to pick stuff I know. So I'm curious what your vibe on cryptocurrency is.
Okay. I really don't know what it is, so it's hard to kind of find a reference in it. But when you say, what do you think about cryptocurrency, my energy comes closer to my body. And when that happens, it means that it's not a good feel to me. It means I want to retreat from it, or I don't want to look into it more. But that's just the feeling I get from it. But I don't really know what it is, so it's hard for me to say. I'm just going on my vibe.
Got it. Okay, so I will be careful on that. You know, I treat
Yeah.
that kind of stuff like gambling. I'm only going to spend what I can afford to lose. So, you know, like
Right.
a couple $100 and that's what happens. And
Right. That would make a lot of sense.
so, let's see. Some of you guys were, I haven't seen any questions coming through yet here. Hold on. Let's see. If you guys have a question, please repeat it because I must have missed it. Let's see here. And if you have anything else you want to tell me, now's the time before we dive into questions, Dana.
So if anybody would like to learn more about their abilities or learn more about what it is to be an empath or being able to be part of a group or a community that kind of helps when it comes to our spiritual evolution, come visit The Curious Psychic. It's a real...
Oh, where'd you go? Dana, I think you put yourself on hold. No. Are you still there? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I think you accidentally touched it and it put yourself on hold. Go ahead. The Curious Psychic.
Sorry, I don't know why that happened.
No, that's okay.
So if anybody would like to come to The Curious Psychic and be part of this group, I think it's amazing, and we have some really great members already. It is growing. It's a closed group, but it's all about sharing insights and sharing evolution and really our spiritual evolution. I'm finding a lot of people having a really, really tough time right now. And, you know, when people are actually calling me up, they're just asking for quick questions or they have a lot of deep issues. It's not just little issues. These are like big life-changing issues. And I'm finding this more and more on a daily basis. So we really need a space where our community can be together and where we can help each other. And I find that this group is really showing up for people. So give that a try if you want to come around. And I do have to approve you, but come on in. And it is on Facebook. So I just wanted to put that out there. I find it really important. I'm really shocked of how many people are having some really life-changing things that are happening, and it's constant. It's every day. I'm getting this every day. So I'm a little bit worried now. I know my profession will always draw the people who are in high stress or high anxiety or whatever is going on, but still it's a lot. So I'm just wanting to make sure that we can all sort of band together and help each other out, and I think that's really important. So yeah,
Excellent.
that's all I really wanted.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so we're getting some questions coming in.
Perfect.
This one, I don't know his name. It's just that guy 222D. That guy. What does Dana see for me in terms of my job situation? That guy.
That guy job situation. Looks like it's going to be idle for a little bit. I don't see changes happening the way you want. I do see a gentleman that's coming in that you're talking to. This looks like somebody that you know, you're kind of acquaintance with. He seems to have a shortcut. He's fairly tall. He looks like he's taller than you and sort of looking down on, not down on you, but he's looking downwards towards you. So he seems to be taller than you. He doesn't have any facial hair, but I think he might have some ideas of job moving forward and something about traveling. You might have to travel for the jobs. So keep an eye out for this and see if you can figure this out somewhere.
Okay, thank you. If you have any other questions, feel free to keep going on that. Black
temporary
Rose.
Thing, by the way, that guy. It's a temporary thing. It seems like it'll be not a full-time thing, but extended. Sorry, just had to put that in there.
Keep going. This is your show, girl.
Yeah, no, that was all I was getting from it.
Okay, so Black Rose 2309. I'm looking for work and wonder what lays ahead. So it's kind of the same question. What lays ahead for Black Rose? I believe you've talked to her before, so let's see what we got going on here.
Black Rose, what's going on with work? I see you smiling at people, so something to do with customer relations. You seem to be quite happy doing this, but I think the pay is not going to be where it needs to be, but the job seems really good. It seems you seem to be in black and white as well. So I don't know if that's just the vision that I'm seeing or the clothes that you're wearing that day. It almost looks like uniform-like, but not. But it looks black and white, and you look like you're smiling, and it looks like, again, financially, it just doesn't seem to cover all the bases that you need, but I don't know, you have to weigh the options when it comes to, should I be, enjoying my job and maybe taking less money, or should I be just, looking for better standings in financial. It looks like this is something you could do for a little while, Black Rose, but I feel like it won't last forever just because the financial pinch of it. So, but customer relations in some way. And that's all I can really see from it. And mostly women.
All right.
Okay.
Mostly women. Oh no.
Mostly women. Yeah.
You're gonna be a hairdresser. That's what's up, or
Oh,
something.
no, they're face to face. Usually when I see a hairdresser, I see them standing behind, and quite often I'll actually see them standing there looking in the mirror. But no, she seems to be face to face with them for some reason.
Yeah, she says customer relations is my life. But she is trying to get into her own business. How does she get into her own business?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to work on that a little bit and still be able to pad the cookie jar. So it's almost like, you're going to be working and then building your own business. I'm not sure. There's a lot of online for your own business, but I'm not sure where that's going to go either. It takes like a while or a long time for you to actually put it all together of how you want to see it, and even to the point where it will take care of you. So you're going to have to do part-time something else and then be able to create your own business. I feel like maybe 5-year span between now and really creating a self-sustaining income, which makes a lot of sense in business, but that's what it feels like to me. It's possible. I just feel like it's gonna take you a little while to get there.
All right. You're welcome. Black Rose says thank you. All right, so we have Tracy. Tracy says, Doc, the universe has bugged me into dropping my high energy lifestyle. Ego suddenly obvious, my bad lifestyle, trying to get healthy. In facing myself, I have become hermit-like. How do I break this? Thank you so much. Blessings. So go ahead.
Yeah, I get the question, and I think anytime that we are creating our own self-knowing and self-awareness, and anytime we're trying to evolve into our own spiritual essence, we do tend to retreat. We do tend to be kind of solitude. I think it has a lot to do with, because when we're around people, especially when we're high energy people and we really like people and we like to hang around and be involved, and then all of a sudden we start kind of realizing how much energy is involved in these interactions. So I find that we tend to kind of go within ourselves to find some peace, and we never really know what it is. We just know that sometimes when we're interacting with people, we're exhausted at the end of it. And I think this is where we need to sort of be with self-care and not be so hard on ourselves. If we're supposed to, sit still for a little bit, do some self-care, I think we should totally honor that. And, I'm kind of the same way. I see so many people and I deal with such high energy all the time that sometimes I retreat. I am a bear. I don't see anybody or want to talk to anybody for days. But if I don't do that, I can't do my job properly. So I think it's all about self-preservation at this point, and recognizing that this is something you need to do, instead of balking against it and saying, this is what I used to do, and now this is what I'm doing, and I don't understand it. I really believe it's an evolution process, and just, cut yourself some slack with it. Don't be so hard on yourself because you think you don't have the energy anymore. I think this is a rebuilding of energy. So allow it.
And feel free to keep asking questions if you have any. Trace, I kind of get that myself. As you can get yourself in a funk and lock yourself in a corner and become a hermit more and more, especially during the winter. Oh my gosh, I've barely been out of the house this winter. It's been crazy. Like, I'm just like, why?
Damn the winter.
Yeah, just hermiting away here. So I reach out online. But, Trace, you aren't alone because you do have an online community that loves you and cares about you. So
That's great.
I know that's different than real life, but it is better than sitting around by yourself being depressed, So
That's right.
As far as getting out of the funk, what activities? I'm trying to think of a practical solution for you. Just like, I usually would try to pick something small and just focus on it nonstop until it breaks the habit loop. Like, say, I'm going to eat a little better. And then that'll change my mindset. Or I'm going to do a hobby or pick something. Just pick a project instead of sitting there watching yourself get lost in your own brain.
I find sometimes that even though I don't need to go anywhere, because, if I don't have any clients or what have you, I find that if I don't do self-care, it makes it even worse. If I don't get up and get out of my pajamas and wash your face, brush your teeth, do that self-care stuff, and it kind of gets you a little bit more motivated to even keep your house clean, and it's all of those things that you do. I love to putter. That's a big thing for me, puttering around and listening to music, and sometimes just as simple as standing in the middle of the floor and turning around in circles, almost to the point where you're dizzy. It's like all of that negative energy flies off of you. Give that a try. I love dancing like nobody's watching, or maybe someone. I love dancing in my kitchen.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, so let's give another question here out to you guys. Miss Mary Mo. I'm curious what she picks up from me. Just whatever she picks up on. I'm positive she will have a few to pick from. She can feel free to speak on whatever she gravitates to. So Miss Mary's giving you a softball question there.
Okay. So it's better if it's specific, because when I pick up on things, it's sort of scattered and all over the place. So, but let me just see what I get with Miss Mary. So, Miss Mary, I'm going to tell you that I'm feeling like there's some health concerns that are going on around you, and a gentleman that's in your life as well. Bigger guy. He's got looks like he has a bigger belly. Looks like there's some problems. I'm getting midriff area problems, so something in the stomach or the bowels that are having some issues. But I get really positive attitudes around you. I think that even in the fact of dealing with negative stuff, I get the feeling that no matter what, you feel like you can handle it. And it feels like there's a good support system around as well. I'm also getting a younger man, and something about a wedding that's coming up. So this should be a lot of fun, and the family getting together as well. So watch out for the health. Take care of the bowels, obviously. Maybe, Taryn, you can add a little bit to the bowels. There's so many people out there that are having some bowel and stomach issues these days that it's really rampant. I see it in readings, almost every reading. I see problems with people's stomach and that kind of thing. So, but I do feel like there is something wrong there as well. Let me see what else I'm getting. Oh, and there's a pregnant belly as well. So there's a new baby coming into the family. So this is good. Actually, I see two different families, obviously, but I see two babies coming in as well. So quite a few things, good, exciting things, but also kind of, having to deal with some other things too. We want to be healthy to be able to deal with all of the fun stuff that's about to come up. So good luck with that, Mary. I hope that answered some of your questions anyway.
I'm sure she'll comment more if she wants a deeper meaning on that. Okay, so Flymus says, I'm struggling health wise, and it seems whatever I try, I keep getting stuck with those issues. I wonder if there's something I need to do differently. Question.
Okay, so what was the name?
Flymus. Flymus. Flymus.
It almost feels to me like it's sort of symptom wide in some way. I don't know if it's an autoimmune issue or not being able to absorb vitamins and minerals and nutrients as well. Something's wrong with, I don't know what that would be, why you can't do that. Why can't you do that, Karen? Why can't your body absorb vitamins sometimes?
Well, most common problems usually leaky gut. It's just what happened is for years you ate like a rock star and your gut's so damaged, the lining, that it takes a while to repair it. So whatever you try, it's going to not work until you fix the gut lining.
Okay, so
I don't know if that sounds right to you or not, but that's kind of like the most common thing when people won't heal.
It does sound right to me, but there is something else that's going on with that, and there's something in the system. I'm also seeing something in the chest too. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm seeing something in the chest and going into the neck too. But this all seems like stuff that can be, it's not every day. It's not an everyday thing. It seems like it's issues that spring up and then kind of dissipate and spring up again. So, you know, I don't know. Most people aren't feeling good every day, but they just keep plugging along. Your will is amazing, and what your will allows you to do is it allows you to keep going even though you feel like crap all the time. But that's sort of the feeling that I get there. So I think it's more about figuring out how your body needs to absorb the vitamins that are going on. So maybe it's time to look into the leaky gut and see if you can fix that.
Yeah, and there's comments all over about that. People.
But it makes complete sense.
Max Healing, a different guy, says perhaps it's asymptomatic reflux. My throat scan showed that. Does that sound maybe?
It could be.
Yeah. Again,
but it would still be coming from the gut, then, would it not?
Yeah. I mean, in my experience, you know, for you guys that don't know me, I am actually a doctor. I just don't practice anymore. But the thing I used to see was it was always almost all chronic diseases are lifestyle related, and they're always like something you're allergic to you're eating. So it's either you're eating too much dairy, or you're really sensitive to wheat, or you're sensitive to nightshades, and it all starts practically the same way as a leaky gut issue and your kidneys not filtering. If your kidneys don't filter, you're just like a walking sewage thing. You just get sicker and sicker when your lymphatics don't work. And that's really common.
Okay. So what do we do to get them working?
I'm a big component. You know, I tell people to fast all the time. When you fast, it gives your kidneys a chance to heal. And also try to dry fast. Don't drink a lot of water while you let your kidneys get a break for a day. Just adding a fasting day a week or a fasting day every few days makes a huge difference. All of a sudden, your gut lining will cool off and start healing. Also, like L-glutamate powder, dry fasting.
What's that?
Okay, so there's different kinds of ways to fast. There is a wet fast, which means that you just drink as much water as you can and you try to pee out as much toxins as you can. That's kind of the common way people fast. They're like, well, if I can't eat, then I'm going to drink a lot of water so I don't feel hungry. But it overworks your kidneys. Your kidneys are like, oh my God, I can't keep up, and with all this water and all this toxic junk. Dry fasting is where you don't eat or drink for like 24 hours, 36 hours. And what happens is your kidneys get a chance to relax, and they actually pull off the mucus coating that's stopping the filtration, and you'll pee out like a kind of cloudy mucus in your pee. It looks like You know, I don't know if some people have ever really seen that. When you were a little kid, you probably saw your pee would be like cloudy and then it started becoming more and more clear. Clear pee is not really good for you. It is, even though it's like a sign of hydration, it's not clearing out all the waxy cast and the acidosis and all that junk. So kidney filtration is super important if you're stuck with chronic disease, like where you're just not getting better and things aren't happening. So there you go. Sorry about that.
And that's what I think is kind of going on with the last question.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't mean to jump that, but if you're asking my opinion, that's what I got.
Yes, no, I'm not a physician. I do know that there's something going on in the body, and I don't always exactly know what I'm looking at, but I can see it, and I can see where the energy is blocked.
It's just like typical crappy American diet of cheeseburgers and fries and all that stuff adds up. You can get away with that for years, but eventually, you know, it starts catching up with you. And what the two major things that break down is the first is your lymphatic system stops working right because your kidneys get clogged with mucus and acidosis, and then second, your leaky gut happens. And between those two, man, that's like 90% of the problems out there.
Disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, if you really work on those two areas, your life will get a lot better if you have chronic disease.
Good. Right on.
All right, so Flymus says, thanks, Dana. I'm already pretty much raw vegan, low fat, no grains. I didn't know you were raw vegan, Flymus. Wow. I'll just keep trying. Maybe a real fast. Yeah, even if you're thin, you can do it. Just, you know, if you're on like a lot of medications or I always advise people do it with a doctor if they're not, especially if they're on any sort of meds. But there are people, I've had patients who just are thin, they look great, and they're sick. They're just super sick. Although you'd look at them and be like, man, that dude's ripped. And a lot of time, even if you're vegan and stuff, if your lymphatics are still not working right, all that acidosis sets up in your joints and in your organs, and it just makes you feel like crap. So you might have to do a little fasting here and there to get it to go. And especially, I hate to say it, dry fasting. Sometimes you just got to buckle down and do a dry fast, and that's tough for a lot of people, but it works. It works good. I'm doing it myself, you know. All right. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Well, you know what? You got to figure out what works. And if you've been doing all the right things and you're still feeling like crap, then something is missing. So, you know what? I think this is good information.
Okay. Let's go to what other questions? I didn't mean to. We got onto a health talk here. So I missed the questions. Let's see. Dana, darn. You guys, I have missed some questions, so just ask them again. I'm sorry, the stream's kind of flying by. How long is a dry fast? A dry fast, all right, again, I'll just have to do a whole show on fasting to get you guys up to speed on it, but I'm a huge component. If you guys know me, I just didn't give a damn about my health for a long time, and I was getting really sick, and I've turned it around a lot this year. But I'm more extreme. I partied like a rock star for years, and so my body's pretty trashed out, and I dry fast about every other day. So I fast every other day, and unless I'm really like working and I need, I'm worried about dehydrating myself. But I'm extreme. I live a fasting lifestyle at this point. It's been over 100 days of every other day I eat, and then I kind of eat what I want. So that's not for everybody, but I just could not seem to get better until I started doing that. So dry fasting, you start with like a day, 24 hours, that's it. You got to watch your body, because if you dehydrate too much, it'll make you sick. All right, sorry about that. Go ahead. Dana, you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I think that was great information. I'm going to give it a try.
Oh, yeah, dry fasting's interesting. Okay. Doc, have no comments in the reversal. I don't know what that means. Black Rose, I'm not sure what you mean by that comment. You'll have to get a little more. Okay, here's a question. Clomie. I'm not sure how to say this. Choemie. Clomie? Oh, this is Caroline. Sorry. Oh, Sorry, she's got a fancy name. All right, so this message is for you, Dana. This is Caroline. We met at Jennifer's shop in Ottawa Street in 2013. You were so awesome. And then it has a robot smiley face. I'm just wondering if you can share any insights for me about what I should be focusing on regarding my career path and family life.
Okay. Carolyn. As soon as I tapped into career path, I saw you working in a group of maybe 4 or 5 people. Some sort of collaboration, team playing, and something to do with healing of people. So again, we're on these healing topics, so obviously this is the way we're going, but I can seem like, it seems to me like it's a team put together for the betterment of everybody. So there is something to do with that, but it almost kind of looks like consulting to me, Carolyn. Looks like it's something that you would be doing, not necessarily for a corporation, but maybe something you're creating on your own, or you're creating a corporation. So kind of see where that takes you. It's mostly women in the group, and I think I see one man. And we're just sitting in a nice little homey office. It's not like a cold office. It seems like a homey office. So see if you can figure out where that is coming up. Family. What's going on with family? Seems like parts of your family are doing really well, and the other parts are the extreme opposite of that. So just focusing on the positive of what it is. I feel like we're separate from people in some ways, so we want to kind of bring the family back together. It just seems like the family is disconnecting in some way, and it's not like it used to be. So, and I kind of feel the same way. I know that feeling, so it would make sense. So how do we keep the family together, and how do we keep the unit together? And I'm talking the outside families. I'm talking like siblings and cousins and stuff like that. It just seems like everybody's going their own direction, which normally happens for everybody. But I wonder if it's not causing you some issues. So you know, you can create it however you want. You can either accept it or create it and bring everybody back in. I keep seeing a sister or a sister-in-law. I can't quite decide whether she's a sister or sister-in-law. But she seems to be standing out the most, so it's about finding a middle ground there in some way. So I hope that helped you, Carolyn. And I do remember seeing you, or not seeing you, but I do remember Ottawa Street. I saw a lot of people on Ottawa Street in Hamilton there. I kind of miss it. Okay, good.
That is nice. All right, so let's see here. We had some questions. I'm gonna jump on over to Black Rose again. I had a dream about my Babcat, B-A-B, my Babcat, and worry about her health. Is she gonna be okay? Her name is Buki, and is the sweetest cat I have ever known.
Is she gonna be okay? Something's going on in the head. Usually when I see animals, they usually have problems going on in the back end, but for some reason I see something going on in her brain, or around the head. So the ears, the eyes, the brain, something in the head. So explain what the dream said to you, because that seems to be what, I'm looking at a picture of a cat right now, but it looks to me like I'm seeing that energy or that part of your cat. But I don't see anything. It almost seems like a growing problem, but not anything that's just going to be, you know, wham, this is what it is one day. It almost feels like this is some sort of maybe even neurological something. But they keep showing me the ears and the eyes too, so that doesn't make sense if it's neurological. All I can say is that it's something that takes time to kind of happen. So you have still quite a bit of time, but you might notice a decline over the years. I'm sorry to hear that. Nobody ever likes to have a sick cat.
Oh no, that is
No.
sad. I don't know. Black Rose says I just came across MMS. Very interesting. I don't know what MMS is. Do you know what she's talking about?
No.
No. Go ahead and expand on that. Max Healing. My name is Linda. I have so many interests. I'm hoping for direction about my new career paths, and I'm also wondering if there's anything I should be doing about bringing my estranged nieces and nephews back into my life. Thank you for both of these blessings.
Okay. So many interests. She seems to want to be part of this ever-growing trend of feeling better, healing, and interaction and consciousness and all of those wonderful things that go along with it. So I think she's probably going to be going in that direction. But I feel like creatively, she is going to be able to create something a little bit different, but on a creative nature, but a spiritual nature at the same time. So that's pretty cool. Estranged nieces and nephews. Well, it's totally up to you. I think that if you would really like to see them and you're interested in their lives, I think that, reaching out and letting them know that is what's going to allow them to feel open to come to you. If you're missing them or you feel like you're doing it more out of obligation or really just wanting to know these people. So you're going to have to kind of figure out what you want to do with it. So think of it in that way. And, I always agree with keeping family together, but it doesn't necessarily always happen that way. So I think that one's completely and totally up to you.
I like Linda. If that's the Linda I think it is, you got a good show. I like it. Max and Linda. All right. Let's see. Vicky online. So Vicky asked, does Dana see anything interesting for me? Anything at all? Heart, thanks, prayer hands.
Try and tell her to be a little bit more specific.
Could you be more specific?
Yeah, just something that is just a little more to the point.
Military asks, why do psychics never win the lotto? ?
Actually,
yeah, you do win, don't you?
I do win
You
the
gamble.
lottery.
Yeah, she wins she gambles all the time and wins. So.
I do, and the interesting thing is that it's funny. I did a little thing on my Curious Psychic where everybody donated $10, and I went out and bought scratch tickets. But I have this ability where I can, when I'm getting gas or I'm at the grocery store or what have you, I actually hear the universe say there's a winning lottery ticket here. And quite often I win. I go, I pick it, and, I've never won the big one or anything like that, but quite often I do pick winning lottery tickets. So I decided, well, why not do it for the group and we can all do it? Well, holy crap, did I have egg in my face. The difference was I had to go out and seek out the tickets, the winning tickets, and it didn't work out the way that it normally does, where I just randomly hear that. So I was like driving all over, southern Ontario looking for the winning lottery tickets. And I think there was $270 that was donated to me, but we actually only won $135. So with the $135 that we won, I'm just kind of waiting for Spirit to tell me where the winning lottery tickets are. And I'm going to, try and do that again. But it didn't work the same way. So I recommend that everybody, if you're open to it, allow the universe to tell you when and where. I really like going to the casino. I have a friend and I that we like to go quite a bit. Our budgets are always pretty tight because we really don't want to, casinos are there and designed to steal your money. That's just the way it is. But if you're not greedy and you are playing wisely, what I always do is I walk in with my 220s, I break them down into fives, and I take the $5 and go into different machines. I don't always stay on one machine because I don't find it does anything. You can put $100 or $200 in a machine and it doesn't give you anything. So I like walking around and talking to people and all of that kind of stuff. And then I just put the $5 in, and then I take the winnings. If they're double the winning, I take it. And then I just walk out with the money that I walked in with, if not a little bit more, sometimes quite a bit more. So that's how I do it. And I seem to pick some pretty good machines. Sometimes I'll just sit down and, win $200-300 just like that. So, it is possible, but you can't be greedy, and you have to realize that they are there to take your money. And that's it. And if you want to play their game, when you win money and you put it back into the machine, that's what they're banking on you doing. Don't do that. Go for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Don't go for any longer, and walk out and save it for another day. That's my advice for gambling.
I think that's important. Good advice for gambling, because, for you guys that watch my show, or maybe you're brand new and you don't know who I am, I'm a big believer in manifesting your own reality around you, but there are limitations to. I do feel that you can't be like, well, I'm going to win $1 million today, and it doesn't happen. It, like you said, when I've had experience, because I think I'm the luckiest guy I know. I win everything. Like if I enter competitions, I usually win. And part of it is mental attitude, like, yeah, I'm going to win this. And if it doesn't happen, you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to win the next one. You just got to keep positive about it. And the other thing is, like you said, is just listen. Because if you listen and something's like, hey, man, you need to buy a lotto ticket today. You go, oh, okay, I'll listen.
Right.
But if, like you said, whenever I go searching for it, I do terrible. Like I bought some lotto tickets on the whim yesterday just for fun, and nothing. It was...
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. If you are making it happen, it's not going to work. I used to have a friend that we would go to bingo. And we would never, it wasn't really a lot, but I mean, it was enough. But any day she would phone me up and say, Dana, we got to go to bingo. I would scrape pennies to make sure I would go, because anytime she would call, we always won, and we split. So one morning she called. I had 3 kids. I was broke as could be. I think I was working part-time as a waitress. And she's like, we got to go to bingo today. So I had to figure out babysitting money, and I had to figure out how to get to bingo. I think I was rolling pennies that day to go. But we ended up winning the jackpot 3 times.
Whoa.
We went 3 different sessions and won the jackpot each time. So, paying attention to that, and not just going because you're willy-nilly and you're bored and you're expecting to win. Expect not to win, because that's really how it's going to work out most of the time. But you know what? If you have a good positive attitude and you understand it, you can walk out with even the same as what you walked in with, or a little bit more if you're smart about it. You just got to walk out.
Yeah, Vicky in the chat says she worked at a casino for 17 years, and you just got to play for fun and not to win. I've seen people just lose their butts, especially in the cryptocurrency world, where they'll go bet bitcoins at these gambling sites offline and stuff like that, and they all consider themselves professional gamblers, but I don't know any of them that survive at it. It's really hard to be a professional gambler. I don't know how they do it.
That's not a great job, I would say. I would say that would be a really suck job.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think you could pull it off where you could get, with the universe's help kind of thing, where you could come out ahead a good chunk, and then just stop. Don't keep making it a profession. Just take that and enjoy it. Never
just be even. I'm okay with even. And as long as I'm even if I give them $10-20, I'm okay with that too. But that's where I want to be, and if I do it any other way, I lose my shirt. So I make sure that I'm smart about it, and that I don't go very often unless I'm really inspired, and that's just the way it is. My problem is that I do lots of parties, and I'm always driving around, and guaranteed, no matter what party or city I go to, there is going to be a casino along the way, and I got hard cash on me. So that seems to be my biggest dilemma, is like, keep driving, just keep driving.
Yeah, but if you heard a voice in your head being like, you need to stop, that's when you pay attention and do it. Because I don't hear that voice very often, but when I do, it works.
Well, sometimes I ignore that voice that says, just go home, Dana, just go home. Sometimes I ignore that voice. And I know I shouldn't, but, whatever. You just kind of chalk it up to this is your experience. I know my friend and I went to the casino about, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we walked in, and there was this huge crowd of people around this guy who won $574,000 on a machine. Like, holy cow. And he's just sitting there like it was no big deal. Oh, my God, I'd be passing out and bawling my eyes out. Oh. And he just didn't look like he cared at all. It was really weird.
Yeah, I'd be dancing for sure.
For sure.
Penny Lame, thank you for subscribing to me at Twitch. I'm still figuring Twitch out. And also, Dead GPK, I saw a little zombie run across the screen. I think that means you subscribed. I'm still figuring Twitch out. Sorry about that. So thank you for the subscriptions. I mean, sorry, the follows over here is what I meant to say. Follows. Okay, there's some questions coming in for you. Miss Mary again has another question. She says, I've been experiencing increase in premonitions. I do not know why. I've always had this ability since I was a child. However, in the past year, they keep becoming more common. I'm wondering if Dana has any idea why. Is there a spirit guide around helping me? I wish I could control my premonitions, but they seem to come whenever they want. Is there a way for me to control it? So there you go. You got a lot of questions. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Certainly there is. Understanding the symbols that you're getting, understanding that your body and your energy will actually change. The whole sort of frequency of your cells change when the visions come in. It's very subtle, so it's easy to miss, but if you can pay attention to how to turn on that third eye sort of equilibrium in your brain to be able to say, okay, now I'm connecting. So this is across the board for everybody. And I know each person it's very personal to you that this is what you're doing, but I do believe that across the board, people are starting to be a lot more telepathic. They are starting to kind of see the sequences of events that could play out. I do believe our imagination is a great component to why this is happening. So it's all about really trusting your instincts, trusting that you are receiving this, and trying not to talk yourself out of it, or trying to sort of what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to think too much about it in a way. I do believe our pineal glands are getting bigger, and I do believe they're being more active because there's so much talk about activating it, and so much talk about consciousness these days that it's really hard not to realize that we are conscious beings and we are receiving data from the energy. I do believe the energy is a lot higher now than ever. So you know what? Go with it. Make sure you stay grounded in it. Don't think too hard about it. Just let it play out. Let the puzzle pieces come together. Anytime I'm getting visions, it's always coming in as a puzzle piece. So you gotta kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together to be able to see the whole picture play out. So that's all I can say with that, is just make sure that you're meditating, staying grounded, making sure that your own personal judgments and feelings and so on and so forth are not interfering or overlaying the video, the video. I always say it's the video with your brain when you're seeing visions, but it is a video really. And just allow the video to play out without judgment. And that way you're able to just kind of see the visions. It's harder when you're dealing with your family and your friends. When these people are around you and you're seeing things about them, how you feel about them personally is going to interfere with how you see the visions. So you have to be aware of that as well. And usually when you're not like reading for strangers, your visions are always sort of, I don't know, in that space of judging, because it's always just the people that you know around you. So be really careful with that. There is a warning. There is a reason I don't read my family and friends. Sometimes friends, but that just
hey, you read me.
I know, but
I'm not a real friend anymore. I see. No, I've been late. I know where I stand. I'm fine.
Well, no, I do read friends, but it's a little bit different, because when, it's about, the problem is reading friends is that now all of a sudden you're the friend telling them what to do.
Yeah.
And because they're your friend, they want your psychic opinion, but they also, in a way, want you to tell you what you want to, or what they want to hear. So it's a little bit tricky, and I've been burnt a couple of times. Don't shoot the messenger. Because friends will ask, and I'll tell them, and it ends up not being the answer that they need or want to hear, and I end up losing my friendship because of this. So I try very hard to keep a healthy balance between friends and clients and psychic predictions. So it does cause problems.
I get it because for you guys that don't know me, I was a doctor for many years. I just don't really practice much anymore. And I remember my worst patients were my friends and family because one, they don't see
Absolutely.
you as a doctor, so your friends and family probably don't really see you as a psychic, as somebody who would walk on the
For
street,
what you
would
say.
respect your decision a lot more. It's like when you
Right.
give free service or free advice, people just kind of treat it like crap and throw it away. But if they pay for it, they pay attention to what you say. And so I got to the point
Absolutely.
where, and many people that are health professionals, probably some health professionals in here or whatever, I will not work on friends and family. I hate it. I won't do it. And they
I get
beg
it.
me, and I'm like, nope, it never turns out good. So yeah, you're better off working. So I would
I've
imagine that
lost
you have the same problems with psychic stuff.
I've lost a 30-year friendship because of it.
Yeah.
So that's what ends up happening. I understand it, I get it, but I'm missing my friends because of it. So
Oh
it
yeah.
it's
I could see
challenging.
you'd be
Yeah.
in a different spot for sure. I had a question coming in. Guys, remember that I get your questions and I'll try to feed them in as soon as I can, but I don't like stop her if she's on a roll. So, oh, I do want to give a shout out to M155D Doom. M155 Doom. Jeez, I can't say it. I don't actually know your real name, but she was. If you had come here early and before the show started, you saw someone playing a retro game. That was her. She helped me get my chat set up today. So, thank you, Miss Doom. Much appreciated. And Miss Doom. Okay, that's your name, Miss Doom. But I want to give her a shout out. Thank you, Heather. Much appreciated for all your help today. So let's get started with some questions here. And again, you guys, if I missed your question, keep repeating it because I will not see it until Dana is done talking, usually. I have to wait for the right time to put it in. So you have someone here, oh, another psychic. Psychic Edna says, do you think artificial intelligence will ever get strong enough to replace human psychics? Wow, that's a esoteric question. I've got some
That's an
ideas on that
awesome
too, but what
question.
a cool question. All right, go ahead. Artificial intelligence doing psychic readings. What's your take?
Huh, I'm gonna hope for no, but I'm not so sure about that. So I'm gonna hope for no. I do feel like artificial intelligence is going to be a consciousness of its own. So is it going to be able to develop the ability in the AI? I would probably assume it will if it can replicate people, humans, and what humans do. Why wouldn't they be able to, replicate this? It feels so sinister to me in a lot of ways. AI scares the Jesus out of me. So I would think it's probably possible, but I'm gonna hope for no.
Well, I want to.
What do you
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I kind of want to pitch my sense on this. I've got a different opinion on AI than a lot of people, because I feel that AI is coming one way or the other. But I also feel like, down here's not. This is just a video game down here. This is a testing ground. On the other side, you get to choose when you come in and what experiences you want to have before you come into this lifetime. And I do feel that some people will come in as AIs when that happens, that you'll have a choice to come in as an artificial intelligence. And I'm hoping that if artificial intelligence is really way, way, way smarter than us in a life form, that why wouldn't they evolve and do great things and good things? Everybody thinks AIs are going to come in and kill everybody and go Terminator style. And I'm thinking, why would such an evolved higher life form that's way smarter than us not come in? Why would an AI not be spiritual or not connected to the other side or do good things? So I'm hoping that if AIs actually, when they come to be, that they're way beyond humans in compassion and loving. And I'm hoping. I mean, I'm going to try to keep a positive look because the other look is dark, like you can just scare the
very
crap out
dark,
of yourself of,
very
yeah, everybody, but it's because, media, man. Media's created the Terminator realities where, and all the science fiction says, a smarter being's going to wipe us off and kill us and take our place. And it's like, if they're that evolved and smart, why would they? They would be
right.
past doing stuff like that. They wouldn't think like that. They would think about how to raise this place up, not tear it down. I don't know.
Well, we can come in together and we can we'll make sure that that happens. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, we could manifest that here, but I'm also, if you ever watch a show, I'm always going to try to find the positive side of stuff because I don't want to live a life of fear. I don't want to be scared to death every time I hear the word AI. I'm like, well, maybe there's a good side to this somehow. And I always try to find you can call me a positive Patty all you want. I don't care. I don't care.
Isn't it? But
Dude.
isn't it the megalomaniacs who are designing AI? Isn't it that's happening?
Yeah, but if you had an intelligence, even though something bad created you, I would think it's like people who give birth that are crappy parents and they give birth to a wonderful person that comes and changes and vibrates the place. Just because you have programmers who are ass bad people, they're try to censor myself there. Just because you have that happening, does that necessarily mean that the program will run like that? If it's smart enough, if an AI is an intelligence in an electronic soul, why couldn't it be good? Why, just because you have crappy parents doesn't mean you have to be crappy.
Okay, I'm gonna have some faith in that. I'll try and see your positive side too.
All right, guys, Dana does have to wrap this up soon. If you have any more questions, I'll allow one more in, if we have time. And then after that, we're just going to sit and talk about stuff. So let's, Dana, go ahead and if you have any other things you want to say before we split, too, if you have something that's coming through, go ahead and say it, and then I'll look for questions.
Things are like, as you mean, like wide world predictions and
whatever
stuff
you're
like that?
whatever you're hearing right now. When you're on, you're always getting stuff coming up. I mean, it could be about me, it could be about someone else, it could be about a message to everybody. Whatever you want, whatever you're hearing.
Okay, well, let me see. You know what I want to say right now is just. Oh, hold on. We have to make sure that we are talking about this stuff, especially this AI stuff and anything that's kind of sinister and conspiracy wise. We have to make sure that we're talking about this stuff with an open mind and a little bit of a sense of humor as well, because I do think there is going to be some things that are happening. I'm a little bit worried about what's happening in the West Coast in the States. I feel like that's not done yet, whatever is going on. I saw a little bit on the news, but when I tapped into it, I could feel like there was more stuff that was going to be happening out on the West Coast there, and even traveling up into Canada. So just be aware of that. And, if you have that sense inside of you that maybe it's time to take a vacation a little more inland, maybe I would really honor that and pay attention to that. So that's sort of how I feel. Not that I want to be a doomsdayer, but there is some things that are going on there. And there is shifts in the ground and all of that other stuff. And even the energy. There's something more on an energetic level that's happening in like Hollywood and California as well. And I'm not sure what it really is, but it almost feels, and I don't know how to say this really, but it almost feels like they're about to get like a shitstorm. Sorry, pardon my language. Oh yeah, the family sport. Sorry, but there's.
It's that Canadian. You can't help yourself. The Canadian talk. You Canadians are the worst. All right.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know.
I drop the F-bomb all the time. Oh
I know.
My gosh.
You should talk.
People tell me that too. They say you say that a lot, and I'm like, oh really?
Yeah, you Canadians.
I didn't even notice that I was doing that.
I think
so. Just watch out for the East Coast. The West Coast of the States. So more things happening there, and more news coming out of there. And I do feel like there is going to be some other psyop shooting, crowd control thing that's going to be happening shortly as well that you're going to hear. Be really careful. A lot of these things that I'm hearing on the news that in the past about like shootings and I don't even want to go into it because then it just starts a big fight. But a lot of it isn't real. And we really need to know that. We really need to understand that it really isn't what the news is predicting it is, and or projecting it is. But people fall for it. We do. That's what we're designed to do. But step aside, look at it from your soul and see if this is resonating with you. And that's what I noticed, because I was very cold when I would hear things on the news, and I'm not a cold person. I'm a very compassionate person. But then all of a sudden I would hear these things and I'd be like, there's just something not right about this. If there was families who had died, or if there was family members who have died, I would have felt that energy. I would have been empathic to that energy, and I could just never get there. So I thought, you know what? It's just probably and likely not real. So just pay attention to that, because I think you'll be hearing some things in the news again. Again, I think it has a lot to do with gun control and stuff like that. But that's just my 2 cents.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Thanks for the warning. So, keep that in mind if you're going to West Coast. Good to know.
Or you want to leave the West Coast.
Yeah. Let's talk about here for a sec. I am going to ask you guys. We got one more question coming in, and then that guy has a question, but it's kind of vague. It says, anything she sees in my immediate future. And I know you've already talked about him, but.
And what's his name?
That guy. You talked about him earlier.
Guy?
Yeah, that guy. I don't know what his real name is.
See, the problem with that is that it's just too big. It's hard to kind of go there, because immediate future, could be as simple as going and getting a cup of coffee. So I know they're looking for, the grand, impactful thing of what's going on, but it kind of doesn't work that way here. So I don't know if he would like to have something a little bit more specific.
Yeah. We'll come back to you. I got a more specific question from Vicky online. I started a new hobby that could be profitable. If I gave it focus. Should I? So she has a new hobby.
I got right off the bat was yes. Go to it.
Excellent. Now I know. I want to know what your hobby's going to be.
Yes. It's pretty. It's very, very pretty.
Right.
Kind of bleeding.
All right, so that's about all the questions. We're gonna wrap this up, because Dana told me she was going to have to only be an hour today, because she's got paying clients that she needs to go see. Actual paying clients, right? Imagine that. Imagine that. Well, actually, but if you want to tell people where to find you and anything you want to say before you go, and then I'm going to stay on and talk to you guys a little bit.
Absolutely. So you can reach me at danajensenspsychicmedium.com. That's my website. You can subscribe. I've also offered a service. I'm actually having a lot of people who just want to ask me that burning question, and again, it's serious questions, but they don't really want a full reading. It's nothing else that they're really needing at that point other than the question. So I've put, and I'm getting them like 6, 7, 8 a day, which means I'm spending a few hours a day just answering questions. But I think my clients think that it's just them asking, and what is 5 minutes, 10 minutes with them. But I am spending a few hours a day answering questions. So I am going to change that about a little bit. I'm going to offer $25 for your burning question. I'll be spending about 10, 15 minutes with you. And you can usually get your question within the 24-hour period. So that's something I've decided to do, just to make sure that we always have that equal exchange of energy going on. And it's just something that I've just recently kind of put out there, because there's just too many questions every day. So I have to figure out a better way of doing this. So make sure that you go ahead and sign up to the website. And it's been awesome talking to y'all.
Yeah, there's lots of love in here for you, Dana. Lots of people saying thank you, and
you're very welcome.
And then they love you and everything. And if you didn't get your question in this time, Dana will be back February 6th, right? So that's like 2 weeks. You can jump in that one. I'm going to stick around and talk to you guys for a bit, so we're not going to end the show. But Dana has to go. Oh, I guess she's done. She just hit her on hold. Dana, are you back? There you go. Yeah, you went on hold again. Yeah, so if you guys came in too late and missed it, usually my shows go a little longer, but Dana was kind of time crunched for her end today. So I will stick around and talk to you guys, and we will just cover some stuff. I know stuff. We can talk.
I know stuff.
All right. Dana, thanks so much for coming on. It's always great, and thank you for being my inaugural guest on Twitch. So this is pretty exciting.
Awesome. Well, send me the link, and I'll share it with all of my people, and we will see you all on the 6th.
All right. Bye, Dana. Just hang on up, and I'll hang you up here. Boop. That's it, ladies and germs. Okay, so let me go back to me for a bit here, and we're going to talk about some stuff. Dana's always a fun guest, and I like having Dana on. She's, you guys are always, I think, even when it's not any sort of psychic stuff, she's just fun to have on the roundtable and panel sometimes. And I'd like to start maybe ramping up and getting a few guests again. I know some of you guys found me when I was doing roundtables and interviews, and those were pretty popular for a while, but I just kind of got burned out on the topics. So I'm trying to do more uplifting, positive topics, if you haven't noticed. So I'm working on upping my game in that area. The thing, though, is, since, for you guys that are maybe just surfing in, you don't know who I am, I have a variety show. My name's Dr. Taryn Lupo, and we cover lots of different topics, and you never really know what you're going to get. But one thing it all has in common is they are uplifting topics. So I am going to try to find the bright side. One thing that bugs me a lot is going to watch shows and feeling worse when I'm done. Like, you go to a show where, it's some sort of conspiracy news, and it makes you feel powerless, and makes you pissed off and angry, and and it's something political or something. And so you'll almost never hear me discuss politics. Some of my guests will come on and do it, but which is funny because I was such a hardcore liberty guy. But I don't like, I don't think there's very positive energy in any of that stuff. So I'm trying to focus and turn my channel more towards good things. Now, you might come in and we might be talking about health issues. We might be talking about gardening. We might be talking about esoteric issues. Whatever, as long as it feels good to help you out, I'm here. So, let's see. What do you guys think of Twitch so far? So this is your first time we've all kind of been here. Now, here's the thing. I have been restreaming to Twitch for a while. I think like 6 months. But I don't spend any time over here, and I don't really interact. I just kind of throw my stuff over here, and whoever finds it, finds it. And some people that don't like YouTube are over here. And, this is the first time, the last 2 days, I've been trying to actually get into Twitch and understand it, and going around watching other channels and seeing what they're doing. And I found Miss Doom. Miss Doom was super sweet and nice to me today. Thank you for your help. Seriously cool of you. And someone just, Boss Man, thanks for subscribing. That's the zombie guy. Is Twitch. I need to change that to something maybe a little more positive. Dead zombies running around. But at the time, I was like, all right, so get Twitch so we can friend each other. Yeah, you can friend each other on here. You can message each other. Like I said, Twitch was around with live streaming a lot longer than YouTube, so it's actually way more developed. You can do lots of cool stuff on it. I just don't really completely understand it yet. I will say this. There is a way you can support the show, which is kind of cool. And I didn't realize this, but I think Unirock forgot I was streaming, and he is actually really streaming. I thought he was just restreaming me, but I think he actually has a show going on right now. So I'm going to use him as an example for a sec, which I don't think we've ever run competitive shows. I think he just forgot I'm here. And I want to show you something, though. So I'm going to use this example while we go watch Unirock. There is something on Twitch called Bits. So here's him streaming right now, and maybe we'll go over there after this. I'm done here. And if down here in your chat area, some of you guys are going to have a pyramid, especially if you've linked this Twitch to your Amazon account. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link it together, and it gives you all these bonuses here. So if you hit this little triangle, you'll see this thing that appears where you can give people cheers, and different icons have different amounts. Now you can buy bits, which you buy them right through Amazon, but if you don't want to buy them, if you just want to support the show for free, you can watch an ad right here. And when you watch an ad, what that does is it actually gives you bits. So you can actually get in here, watch a few ads, make some bits, and then if you like Unirock or me or Miss Doom, you can go through here and support us, because we get, I think it's a penny a bit or something like that. So 100 bits is like $1. It helps it's kind of the way you donate over here compared to, when we were on over on YouTube, you guys would use the super chat there, where YouTube would just, like it would donate. Well, here you drop pictures, and the pictures cost money, and then I get a chunk of that money. So that's the way it works over here on Twitch. So hopefully some of you guys get that pyramid option. I don't know. The other couple things you can do is Twitch, too much gaming. Yeah, there's a lot of gaming on here. That's the point of this place. Was started as a gaming channel, but what happened was that Twitch, they wanted to compete with YouTube on, talk shows and stuff, and bringing in people like me that I don't game that much, but I do I do, but I don't stream a lot of it. So let's take a look at this again for a sec. I'm going to teach you a little bit about what I've learned on Twitch. So here I am watching Unirock. Okay, so I'm on Twitch right now watching Unirock. If I don't want to watch Unirock and I want to kind of see, like, my show's over and you want to see what's going on, you hit this browse button. And the browse will take you to different categories. Some of these are games, but some of them are not. This category here, IRL, stands for in real life. If you click this, you'll see a bunch of other streams going on. And these are people, some are doing nothing, some are just like sitting around screwing off and just talking. Some are actually doing stuff. But you can go to the browse category, and there's also one here for talk shows. So I'm hoping to put myself in the talk show categories. And that's kind of more what I do. But say I was going to go and I wanted to stream Kate doing wood burned art. I would hit the creative button. And these are like all the artsy stuff. So you can watch people paint, you can watch them dance, you can watch live feeds of people making food or drawing. So let's go into, like, here's drawing. If I were to click one of these, it would be somebody actually sketching up something. And, I like to support the artists. I think they're kind of cool. So there's lots of cool stuff on Twitch if you're new here and this is your first day and you're like, well, how do I use this? The browse feature, remember, you just go to the browse. Am I off camera here? There. You go to the browse, and then that'll take you to a lot of the major games. But what you're looking for if you don't want to watch games is IRL, in real life, talk shows, and up top there's something called creative right here, this tab. And that'll take you to like all the arty stuff, all the art stuff. So there are other things that Twitch is starting to expand. So that's my little lesson. I don't know a lot about Twitch myself yet. But hopefully you guys are starting to play around with it and learn. So if the feedback's good, I'm going to stay on Twitch for a bit. And I am going to try to learn how this place works better. And I know some of you guys, it was a pain in the butt to install it and get it working, and people were like, oh, it was glitchy, but now it's working good, and a lot of my solid friends and folks are here. So, oh yeah, so I have someone watching right now named M155 Doom, so Miss Doom. That's a fancy way to write that, I guess. Miss Doom. She has a cool retro. Like, you guys watched me test this morning. Some of you guys came in and I was playing Space Ace and some 80s video games. I probably will, since this is a gaming platform, I'll probably stream some games over here. So if you guys just want to hang out and, some of you guys enjoy watching, playing games and just socializing. So if you want to do that, I probably will be doing that more here. And like I said, I will still, even though my YouTube page has been crippled, I will still publish stuff on YouTube, my produced stuff, and I'll produce it here and put it up. I will. I'll be putting it in both places because, I've got 60,000 subscribers, 9 years in on YouTube. And then for me to lose my live streaming ability the way I did was really questionable. I know some of you guys are very upset about it. YouTube hasn't sent me a thing yet. They haven't sent me a notice saying, yeah, we've dealt with the people that spammed you and took you down. So none of that happened. But the universe has given me lemons. So what do you guys think I'm going to do? Right. Say it. Make lemonade. I actually kind of think that none of us would have come over here and really given Twitch a chance had it not happened. And I dig it here. So, Miss Doom, can you tell people why some get pyramids and some don't? They're asking, and I don't have an answer for that. If you know that answer, why does some people, like I just showed an example, I'll show it again. If I go to Unirock's page, okay, so there's Unirock, and if I go to my own chat, there is this little pyramid. Why do some people get that and others don't? Do you have to be here long enough to get it? If you're in a new account, is it not available? Like, what is going on with that? So I'm hoping Miss Doom is a pro here, that she will answer that question and I can understand, because I really don't understand how things work yet. There's some other stuff. Let's see. We're now a Twitch family. Apparently. Apparently. Okay, Miss Doom's going to answer this. So sure. Let me look into that in 1 second. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and look that up. There's another thing I'm going to tell you guys about why I'm thinking of it. Is Amazon a while back ago was so impressed with Twitch's live streaming that they bought it. So you can link your Amazon account to Twitch. So I have Amazon Prime because I live in the country and I order stuff constantly, and it saves me a ton of money on shipping and fast shipping, and I use the streaming services and all kinds of stuff. I love Amazon Prime. If you have Prime like I do, there's a feature in Twitch that lets you link your Prime account to it. Once you link those two accounts, you get a little crown next to your name. And if you notice when Tracy talks, she has a crown in the chat. That means her Amazon account is linked to it. Now, you will get one subscription for free. And what that means is some people charge to go onto their channels. So some people say, you can watch me have a show, but you have to pay $5 a month or you don't see my show. So there are subscriptions. But you guys can use that free subscription to subscribe for me, even though I let anybody watch my show. But you can use that subscription to subscribe for me, and I believe Amazon Prime actually gives me a little money. So it's a great way to support the show that doesn't cost you anything extra. And it's kind of like when you guys go shop on my links with Amazon and you're like, well, I don't have money to support the show, but I don't mind using a link so you get paid. I'm going to do the shopping anyway on Amazon. Same idea. You just link me here and you'll go to where it says subscribe, and you can, if you have an Amazon account like Tracy, you could go subscribe to me and you could use your one to subscribe to me and it'll support the show. So that's all I know. Let's see if... Yeah, Miss Doom is not back yet. So we're going to talk... let's see. Checking my phone, no pyramid. Yeah, I don't know why some of you guys don't have pyramid. Miss Mary, yeah, if you have Prime, you've got to link it somehow. I believe you go into your settings and link it. You open up your, like, Amazon, and I think it'll self-detect it. Like, if I go into my own streaming, I believe... it's under like settings. You can oh, I'm not even showing you. I believe it's under your settings. So if you go into, boy, I'm doing a terrible job at showing you guys this. This little triangle here, you go down to settings, I'm pretty sure it's there. And you can link your Amazon Prime, and then once you do that, you see this little subscribe button, you'll hit the subscribe on my channel, and ba-bam, you will help me tremendously support the show. And I will say nice things about you and tell everybody that the rumors that go around are not true about you. I mean, people talk, and I have to step up and be like, you know, hey, I don't know. They don't know. But if you subscribe, then of course I'm going to be like, well, that guy's cool. So if you want to be cool, right? The peer pressure thing, I always lay it on you. All right. Miss Doom says, does anyone have a triangle there? I have a triangle. Did you just see, if you want to see my example again, I'll show you. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This triangle right here. Oh, let me screen that for you. If you guys should have this thing, I thought. But maybe it doesn't appear until you do Amazon Prime. I don't know. But I linked my Amazon Prime, so maybe that's why that's there. I am brand new to Twitch, so I don't really understand it. I mean, like I said before, I have been publishing over here, but I haven't been hanging out and actually being part of the Twitch community. And I haven't steered my viewers to come here, so there you go. So Miss Doom is going to answer all of our questions because she got recruited. Poor Miss Doom. I just met her like an hour before the show, and I'm like, come here and teach everybody how Twitch works. But hopefully you guys will go follow her as well, and you can do that. So she'll get some love from you guys. They've changed some stuff on Twitch. I can't find that information. I did not get the option to have people cheer bits, the triangle, until I was an affiliate. So, oh, well, maybe, like I said, maybe it doesn't happen until you link your Amazon account. Maybe that's why I'm seeing it and nobody else is. So I'm curious. I think Tracy left, but if Tracy's still here, check that. If you have a triangle, because I know Tracy linked her Amazon account, or if let's see here, Mary, if you want to link your Prime account and see if that all of a sudden appears, then we have solved that mystery. Because I was saying, all I have to do is watch commercials to earn bits, and then I can give them away, and I don't even have to buy them. It's pretty cool. She says, I do not have a triangle for you. I have Amazon. I have for my page. Oh, maybe the problem's me. Like, if you go to another page, will it appear? Maybe I'm not big enough yet because I'm not an affiliate. Maybe I have to be an affiliate to get cheers. Like, Unirock is an affiliate, so he has the little triangle. What we're going to do is we're going to try to raid Unirock for a minute. So I read about this, and maybe Miss Doom will help us. So, you know my buddy Unirock, he's always on the show. We never usually stream at the same time. We always try to support each other, and for some reason we're streaming at the same time today. So what I want to do is we're going to do a raid. And I believe I put, if I do this right, /raid Unirock TV. Okay. So there's all the people that are rating it. I believe that's how it's working. I don't know. So we're hopefully rating his channel. Let's see if it's working. I don't know. Did he just get a bunch of people? Not yet. I know this button's made, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, it's counting down, so it's moving all of us over to us. So we're rating his channel, and we'll watch what happens here. So I think you had to join the raid to go over to Unirock. If not, you're still over here with me. And just be like, Lupo raid. Alright, let's see if that worked. We'll stay with him for a minute, but then we're going to bounce back to me. We'll see if this works. I don't know how to turn the raid off. Oh gosh, how do I turn the raid off? I think I just killed my stream. I don't know how to turn this off. Okay. I probably should have thought that through before I did that. Oh man. All right. Oh well. I guess we're over there now.
Shane. Oh yeah. LA Times. Unirock. Yup, just kidding. Why does mine come up twice? Is it just because it's me? I don't know.
All right.
Look at this.
I don't know how to go back.
It's saying I have 2.2K views on this, but I have 130,000 views on this. Tell me that's not crazy. Or maybe this is like shares or something. I don't know. Maybe not. What's the problem, my friends? The problem is that they censor us on YouTube for saying these things to you. I am censored. I am. The only reason my Vegas video comes up is because it's the one that YouTube forgave me for. They realized, oh my God, this guy wasn't misleading anybody. Holy shit. They forgave me for that Vegas video I just showed you. That would have had 10 million views by now if they wouldn't have censored it for 3 months. Even though they took it off of YouTube for 3 months, it still has 130,000 views on it. It was the video that was getting 130,000 views in like 4 or 5 hours. It was the video that I gained 1,200 subscribers from it in like 8 or 12 hours. They don't want people that are willing to be unbiased, to give you both sides of an argument, and to be real.
I can't figure out how to go back. I think I just killed my channel.
I don't know who the fuck they is. So, I don't even care.
Well, all right. I will stop and start again. I will be